All right, let's do this. Sorry, right before we're about to go on a little vacation, so this might be a little wonky. Today is 6/26. You guys know what that means, dude? It's Stitch Day, bro. How cringe. What a cringe introduction. Anyway, I wanted to get this in. This is apparently TheQuartering. I watched a little bit of it. He runs a little bit of soft defense for what is it, Dr. Schmochter. You know, the doc file that's turned into a different type of one. Anyway, thank you so much for the $10 from Spoops, just popping into the chat to say hi. Hope you have a great vacation. Thank you so much. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's watch this fully. It's from TheQuartering. It's called Dr. Disrespect just admitted to why Twitch banned him. Gets dropped by Turtle Beach issue statement. Wow, that's an interesting, great. Let's get this. Let's go.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from
Hi, Jeremy.
TheQuartering, and I wanted to give
Jeremy, you are TheQuartering. Okay. He looks like he's lost a little weight though.
A little bit of time for the dust to settle, as we have now confirmation. The documents that we thought were going to come
documents
have started to come out. Apparently, there are more.
Yeah, I mean, I waited to talk about this Dr. Disrespect thing until like there was a good amount of information, and I feel like his effective admittance was enough information. So,
articles.
Apparently, TheQuartering made a video the other day that was like Dr. Disrespect's crazy allegations and why everyone is wrong. So I'm assuming he ran defense for it, which made sense when it first came out because there wasn't enough proof. So, you know, maybe he's got a little double down going on, but we'll see what we got here.
Being written, however, based on my sources with some of these journalists, I think this is about as much as we're going to get.
Yeah, unless Doc decides to release the messages between him and the girl, or she comes forward, which again she should not for her own sake. It will be just a litany of harassment from his fans, and she doesn't need to come forward because we read through his message and his message is pretty clear. He was having an inappropriate, consistent, more than one, or consistent conversations inappropriately with the same person. That was a minor. We don't know how old. People were presuming he was 17. But we really don't know. It hasn't been a confirmation. So, but from the way that he communicated, it was like it was sometimes be inappropriate, and it's like, you know, inappropriate can mean a lot of things. Maybe he was just talking about poop, but I'm pretty sure it was flirtatious. I think that's the implication there. You know what I mean? That's
for people who have been following. I hope you'll appreciate that I've tried to stay upfront about my own biases. I do enjoy Dr. Disrespect. Okay. I've continued to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's fair. I guess a human thing to happen, sure.
Because we've seen numerous examples of people who have had their entire lives ruined based on rumor and speculation.
That's true. I was talking about like people get like an empathy fatigue. There are people who are coming forward with false statements on other topics, and so when you come into these, when it's a real thing that's actually happening, it kind of gets in the way of it because, you know, you're when 9 out of 10 times somebody comes forward, it's a big nothing burger, you know, like what happened to Super Mega. Then you kind of look at these with like a more negative inflection
and
to start, but after reading through the doc thing, you know, his statement it's damning enough.
And I think based on now what we have a direct statement from the doc. And people are going to feel some kind of way about this.
Dr. PDF. You know what I'm saying, dude?
I think...
No, he's not a pedophile. I mean, unless the minor's 13 or under, but I don't think that's... Well, hopefully that's not true.
If you hear what he has to say here and you think, I'm done, that's it, no. I think that you're 100%...
I never started. I didn't necessarily ever get the appeal of Dr. Disrespect. You know, this moment aside, I'm not saying he's a bad creator. I just never personally understood it. I mean, I guess he was like a bit of an older guy. He was a little edgy and fun. I don't really know. Never really cared for him in a positive or negative way. I never really engaged with him. Doesn't seem like my kind of guy, you know?
% valid in feeling that way. If you read this and you think, well, that wasn't very satisfying. I don't really know enough. That's also valid.
I think it's pretty satisfying. To me, it's very clear that he's going to be as charitable as he possibly can in his own statement. And when you read between the lines, it's not good, you know?
I think a lot of people really dislike the doc and want to believe the absolute worst.
What the hell? check out new videos 12 p.m., 2, 3, 5, and 6 on YouTube. Dude, you post 5 videos a day? Wow.
Alex,
That's a lot. Okay.
the fact of the matter is, we don't
What do? You just talk about every little thing that comes across your Twitter feed? Or whatever, man. Who am I?
really know what was said. I don't want to just sweep or cover for him and pretend like it isn't a big deal, because it is a big deal. Because at the end of the day, he has admitted that 4 years ago, he did send some messages that were not appropriate.
Yes.
To me, my immediate well, let me just.
It's pretty clear to me that he was flirting with a minor, right? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, nobody says if I'm, because inappropriate can cover flirtation, sexual nature. It could also cover talking about poop and farts, or saying racisms or bigotry. If I was messaging a minor racism, I wouldn't say I was being inappropriate. I'd be like, I was being racist. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? If I was messaging a minor flirtatious messages, I would say this was inappropriate behavior. You're trying to be as vague as possible, right? Because it sounds better. It sounds better to say I was being inappropriate rather than say I was flirting with a kid. Like, which one sounds worse, right? I mean, that's why. So I'm pretty sure, 99.9% sure that he was flirting with, a minor, an under 18 person who I'm hoping is 17, because it's still not good, but it's better than like 16, 15, 14, or down the list. Because I don't think we ever confirmed the age.
Read his thing. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. This is Dr. Disrespect himself.
Whoa.
Let's cut the BS. As you know, there's no...
Hey guys, I'm a no nonsense kind of guy. Let's cut the BS, cut the fat, okay? Just give me that 17-year-old.
Filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
obviously you felt pressured to be here now.
I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Now, we found out his buddy at Midnight Society Game Studio just disavowed him, like many people will.
Yeah, I mean, of course they would. It's totally understandable.
On the coming hours.
Even if the guy was like, damn, you did a fucked up thing, but I want to be your friend, but I have to fire you because this is like, we don't want this attached to our brand. We have a bunch of people trying to make a game that you were supposed to be part of, asshole. You know, like, I totally understand that. But,
my position is trying to be a little more nuanced, but I want to just read it how it is. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we have made the difficult decision collectively to have me step down.
Yeah, it's funny because the guy came forward and was like, yeah, I don't want to work with somebody who talks to kids or whatever, or minors. So I was like, that's funny. Fair enough.
Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture that we have carefully crafted. I assume Doc still has a lot of financial reasons to hope that this game works out for him. Maybe he's still thinking about promoting it at some point.
I think it's more just like he knows what he's doing is fucked up, or what he did was fucked up, and he wants to disconnect to hopefully not have a negative impact on that game.
I don't know.
But, okay. I don't think he's necessarily money worried about it. He could be, but...
to me, this game is probably DOA. So he continued... Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years.
I mean, it was in his control. He's like the primary individual in the party. It was in his best interest to come to terms with Twitch in a way that was good for both parties, which is to not... I'm assuming Twitch had a reason that they didn't want to release that he was talking to a minor. It might have been something to do with, it might have made Twitch look bad if that was happening, because they, they're affiliated with somebody doing that kind of degenerate shit. Maybe it was because the Twitch Whispers program was not a particularly positive thing from a PR perspective. I did see somebody today that apparently used to work on Twitch Whispers talk about how it was like a breeding ground for like disgusting shit. I don't really know exactly, but this was obviously mutually beneficial. But since Twitch, we'll say Twitch, I don't know, call them detractors, former Twitch employees came forward and they said what they said. I think from a legal perspective, after reading this, comes to, my understanding is Doc was worried about having to repay the contract buyout if he broke the contract if he came out with too much information. Sounds like his lawyers basically told him, like, you can come forward with whatever because they're the ones. This is on Twitch for their violation of the contract, so you should be fine to say whatever you want to say. So yeah.
Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed these claims, I can now tell you my side.
The accusations. I don't know why I said claims, but
of the story.
Okay, hold on.
Disclose these claims. I can now tell you my
regarding the I don't know why he's skipping words.
side of the story. Were there Twitch whisper messages with someone that there shouldn't have been?
Yeah, with an individual minor in 2017. Yeah.
We'll say back in 2017, the answer is yes. So he did message somebody who he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, a minor. Yes. You could say that word, buddy.
Now, at this point, I think a lot of people will ask, like I'm asking, we need to see the messages. I need to see the messages before I can make a real determination.
No. Because he kind of elaborates that he was flirting with the kid. So I don't want to, it's not an actual, like, legitimate, I hope it's not like an actual kid, but it's like it's a teenager, bro. It's fucking flirting with a teenager. What are you doing?
But I think that it's very reasonable for people to say, okay, well, he did it. And abandon ship. I think that's a very, valid way to react to this.
Yeah.
He wrote,
he's like walking on eggshells to defend Doc as much as he can. Which whatever. I don't necessarily care. I don't think Doc is a predator. I think what he did was very inappropriate. But like predatory behavior is different from like inappropriate behavior. Like if we saw some like legitimate, if we saw the messages and he was using like some real intense grooming tactics, like, oh, like I'll give you money if you do this, and don't tell your parents, and like, oh, let me try to get you away from your parents and isolate you, and like very, very, very predatory tactics, I would be like, this guy's disgusting. From what I see, you have an older person who thinks presumably a 17-year-old is grown enough to be able to flirt with, which is just inappropriate. It's dated thought. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. You're a 40, he was like 38 at the time with fucking wife and a kid. You could, and that you can, if you wanted to cheat, you could cheat with an adult. It's not that hard. Maybe he does have a thing for teenagers, or maybe he just has a thing for any girl that'll talk to him. I don't know. If I had to say, my most charitable thing is I think what he did is disgusting and pathetic, but I don't think that he's like a predator. I think that's my most charitable thing that I'll ever say. Could turn out to be that he's horrible if we saw the messages, but we'd have to see the very specific language. So that's as charitable as I would be, but...
Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations.
He was 35. I'm pretty sure he was 38, buddy. Hold on. Dr. Disrespect age. He's fucking 42, dude. This happened 4 years ago. Like, am I dumb as fuck? Why are you saying 35? Like, what? Am I just dumb as fuck? Didn't this happen 4 years ago? Wouldn't he have been 38? Well.
That sometimes leaned too much.
Sorry, my bad.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate.
Yeah, so it sounds like he might have developed almost a friendship with this person, then you sometimes will flirt with them, which doesn't sound good. If somebody assumed potential grooming here, then I could understand that. Oh, it's 2017? Oh, yeah, you're right. So he was 35. Whatever. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't change. 35, 38. Right, this whole thing happened 4 years ago when it came out, but this happened in 2017. My bad. But he got banned in 2020. My bad. Either way, 35. He's pretty close to 38.
So he was being, too. He was probably flirting with somebody that he shouldn't have been, which is exactly what I thought was going to come out.
You thought that, and you still defended him. What? If that's what you thought, bro, I would have been. What the fuck?
This morning, I after seeing things break down. But he also said, but...
Yeah, I can't do fucking math. That's true, man. I fucked that one up. My bad, guys.
Nothing more. So I want to stop right there and tell you, or he continues, no pictures. Nothing against the law happened.
Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes committed. That's great. I'm happy that you didn't send your dick to a child, teenager, whatever. But it's like, bro... Like, I guess it makes it better, but no, I thought you were flirting with a kid. You're a teenager. I want to be... Most likely a minor. Come on, man. Just because it's not illegal doesn't mean it's moral, right?
No pictures, nothing, no crimes. I never met with any individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me. No criminal charges have ever been brought against me.
Guys, it's legal to flirt with a minor, so don't worry, okay? It's not a big deal. All right? I'm just having a little bit of a break. I just saw my you know, I'm not even going to make the joke. How old is this guy's daughter, though? How old is... You know... here's my thing, man. And I don't have kids, so she's like 8 or 9 apparently. Here's my thing, man, and I don't have kids, so maybe I'm off the mark here. But the fact that you have a daughter, you know, a young daughter, should make this additionally taboo for you. Like fucked up, because not only were you 35 years old, and although I guess she would have been like 4 at the time, but anyway, not only are you, or maybe she was just born, I don't know. Not only are you 35 years old and you have a wife, but you have a daughter. Wouldn't you want, like, why would you want to be the harm to your daughter? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be like the guy? I'm not saying this 17-year-old has a trauma from being flirted with by a 35-year-old. Probably not. But like, why would you want to even go into the territory? Wouldn't you want to be like? Wouldn't you want to just be like, yeah, man, you know, what if this was a 35-year-old man talking to my 17-year-old daughter? Right? Like, you'd be like, you don't want to be that. I don't know, bro. This is... What am I... Delete history for what? What did I search up?
So...
Doctor disrespects daughter's age? What's wrong with looking that up? What the hell?
Obviously, he was joking around, real or not, with somebody that...
Doesn't really matter. He should know better.
That he shouldn't have been... Probably, you know, was it locker room talk? I don't know, you know.
I very highly doubt it was locker room talk, right? That would just be like basically inappropriate jokes. I don't think that it was just, if it was just locker room talk, he would probably say, "Hey, this is locker room talk." Not this was inappropriate. To me, again, this is him coming forward with his perspective of the situation. It's going to be as charitable as he possibly can be to himself. He's going to portray this situation as best he can in his favor. So when he says he does a bad thing, you know, he's going to make sure that he downplays it. Like, you know, like let's say I beat somebody with a fucking baseball bat. Somebody might be like, yo, this guy pummeled somebody with a fucking bat till he was almost dead. I might say, you know, I utilized a piece of sports equipment to retaliate against somebody who I felt disrespected me in some capacity, right? That's what I'm going to say because it sounds better, right? It sounds better. So we have to look at this through the framing of this is the best he feels he can frame this situation as, you know?
Oh, were there jokes about, you know, if there's grass on the field, play ball kind of stuff?
That's disgusting.
I don't know. Obviously, that would be far more concerning than joking around. I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
You know, you're not that stupid. I think that you know, and you're just like desperate to, you like Doc, and so you're not. You don't have to disavow the guy. To be honest with you, I know a lot of people might think this is like a hot take. I don't think that you have to hate this Doc person. I think you can be somebody that's like, yeah, I think what he did was fucking disgusting, but I don't think he's a predator. I wouldn't care about that. I wouldn't be upset with that take if somebody had that, because that's my take. I think he's disgusting. I don't think he's a predator. I could be wrong. We'd have to see the messages. But, like, you don't have to downplay the severity of what he did. You can be like, yeah, this shit's fucked up, man. Like, that's disappointing. Like, it makes me not want to support you. You know? But instead, it does sound like TheQuartering is like walking on eggshells to be like, I still think he's kind of a good guy. We don't really need the commentary that that Doc might be a good guy. He might be. I don't know. But this is not something a good guy would do. You know, he should feel ashamed of himself. He should be. It is pathetic. This is pathetic behavior. Especially since from what I remember reading, it didn't just happen once. You know, he says sometimes. 5, 6. Would the controversy that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate? That means that it happened more than once. That means this guy was talking to this girl for a while, and then he would sometimes push the line way too far. And it's like, you know, and I hate to say it, if you get drunk one day and you do it, well, okay, it's still fucked up. But you did it. How many times do you got to engage in this behavior? You know what I mean? It's like, that's fucking insane. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? What the hell is wrong with you?
concerning than joking around. I don't know. We don't know. And from the sources I've talked to, there are no logs for this.
Okay.
From a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained these conversations to begin with.
And just to be clear, when he says that he should never have entertained it, what he's saying is that she started the conversation. Just to be clear, and which is a little bit of a yucky thing for me. I should have never entertained these. And maybe I'm reading too much into it, but we kind of have to. That suggests to me that, like, oh, let me entertain you. That means you're saying something to me, and let me entertain what you're doing. So it sounds like he's trying to tell us that that the minor flirted with him first. I hope that might be true. I mean, Dr. Disrespect is an older guy. He's like in his 30s at the time that has a lot of money. Like, I could see why a younger person would want to talk to him. And we know that young people, girls and boys, but mostly girls, are stupid. So teenage girls think older guys are hot, right? Here's the thing about being an older guy. You need to be disgusted by that behavior, right? We don't shame, teenagers for being stupid. They should stop being stupid. But ultimately, you're the adult in this situation. So when you're saying shit like, I entertained it, it's like, dude, I see what you're trying to do. You're passing off blame onto them. Like, well, they wanted it. Okay, bud. Like, holy fuck. It would have been better for him to say, like, yeah, she was 17, and, like, that was the age of consent growing up, so I thought it was okay, and that was dumb. I would have been more okay with something like that. I would be like, okay, I kind of get it, because, like, you grew up in an area where that was acceptable, and, like, it's not acceptable, but, like, I can see that as a more logical argument. But we're like, yeah, this fucking kid. They were like, hey, you're cute. And I'm like, shit, what do? I can't say I'm not. I can't say no. Obviously, I'm cute, right? They're right. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What the hell are you doing?
That's on me. That's on me as an adult husband and father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll own that. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Mm-hmm. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no creep or P-word. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's probably not a pedophile. Like, listen, I know people use that term loosely for anybody that interacts with, like, a minor in an inappropriate way. For me, I like to be a little more clinical about it. And, like, what a pedophile is somebody who has, like, a persistent, attraction to somebody 13 years or younger for, like, a period of 6 months or more, and they're 5 years or older from them, and they also have to be 16 or older, the perpetrator, right? You guys, we don't need to use that word. It's still disgusting. It's like, it's just pathetic, right? So, like, no, I don't, unless, again, this is like a 13-year-old, which, we haven't confirmed the age. The fact that he hadn't confirmed the age, I wonder why. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it's lower than 17, or maybe he just doesn't want to get into it. I don't know.
Anyone that truly knows me, where I stand on these things, those type of people, F that. There's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. I
feel like this is not the time to talk about how bad pedophiles are. Like, for him, it's like, yeah, you know what? You know what I mean? I feel like you don't need to be talking about that. It's like when the person that leaves shit all over their table at a restaurant complains that the table over there threw their food on the floor. It's like, you're right, that is bad, but look at you fucking slob. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? So
don't be labeling me as this type of things with your exaggerations. Get out of here with that stuff. But I think what I've said, what I needed to be saying regarding the ban itself, that's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020.
Okay.
He goes on to say, to my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner.
That's obviously not true. There's no way I believe that you wanted to say this sooner. You obviously wanted to bury this deep. And I understand that. You should have terrible shame for this because it's pathetic. But there's no way you wanted to say any of this sooner. You feel pressured to say it, and now you kind of have to because people have been coming forward, So
you guys have always showed me and my family love and support.
I think that once that he got dropped by that Midnight Society gaming, whatever, that's when it really, he had to respond. Because when it was just rumors through a potential, like, unverified former Twitch employee email and another Twitch employee who, we don't necessarily know if he's super credible or not, or it's one thing. But when you have your Midnight Society or whatever come forward and be like, yeah, we verified with both sides and we have to drop them, all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, like, it's time to talk about it.
Throughout all these years, we love you guys. Can't imagine, like you can't imagine, I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you feel uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you.
Or maybe part of him just wanted to finally get it out. Maybe it's a factor. Maybe a part of him is like, you know what? Let's just get it out there. Let me just say it. I'm tired of being worried about if I'm gonna get hit on this. Somebody's gonna get me another year from now, or 2 or 5 years from now. I'm just gonna say it and go on a vacation and come back 6 months later, and then we'll just pick up from there. Well,
You always have been greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe on social media with zero real life experience. I don't give an F about you.
Yeah, zero real life experience, guys. You don't know. You don't have no real life experience, bro. You don't know how cute some of these minors are, dude. I'm just being stupid.
Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of garbage, that's fine. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with a family, as mentioned on stream.
Should you mitigate to YouTube streaming? In general, yes. Like, I don't think that Twitch streaming is a stupid idea. I could elaborate. I could do it after the segment if you want, but like, you're better off streaming on YouTube as a content creator. Like, the biggest reason is that like your videos, your live streams stay up forever. You can put ads on the live streams. They're not as intrusive. You have long form content for people to look at. If they like see you on TikTok, if you're putting up TikTok stuff and they go over to your YouTube and you're not streaming, they can look at your past lives and they have like a whole catalog. Whereas Twitch, it has some of them, but they disappear. I just think that it's a shitty infrastructure and it's not as encouraged to watch like a past live stream on Twitch as it would be on YouTube. So like, yeah, I could go into a whole fucking rant about that, but YouTube, in my opinion, is the best streaming platform, most consistent, best streaming platform that you could spend your time doing that. And if you're going to dual stream to TikTok, 100%, that's the best a brand awareness platform that exists. So,
and I'm coming back with this heavy weight off my shoulders.
You guys have no real life experience like me who streams every day for 9 hours. True.
They want me to disappear. Yeah, effing right.
Yeah. I'm not leaving. Wow. It was cool when Leonardo DiCaprio did it because he just did drugs and stole people's money. But you were trying to steal a child's innocence. a minor, sorry.
Now, obviously, since this...
Thank you so much for the $5 from Jack Esposito. Hey, Papa. Hey, yo, Papa. I'm trying so hard to be on my Gandhi arc, but it's so hard. I already got in 2 fights today. Some dude tried to steal my drill and some rando. What? Dude, that's crazy, man. I don't know. Where the fuck do you live? Well, don't even tell me. This guy works at the Salty Spittoon, I think, because it's every goddamn day, you know?
Turtle Beach has now ended their partnership with Dr. Disrespect. Here's what I can say in terms of the comment he made about the weight lifted off his shoulders. In a perfect world, we'd see those messages, and those messages would just be like stupid locker room talk that shouldn't have happened.
Sounds like that's what you want it to be, And I do understand, as the political quartering is referencing Trump's locker room talk. I understand what locker room talk is, saying some nasty shit. Now, to be honest with you, that's older people shit. I don't really talk negatively about women with my friends, But whatever. Locker room talk, I don't care about. Dude, he was flirting with a fucking kid, bro. Come on. What the hell are you talking about? And you want to know what? Even if Dr. Disrespect was... Because this is a frequent thing that was happened more than once. He said this would sometimes happen. It needs to happen multiple times. Why? Like, what do you think the motivation is for this guy to be one-on-one having conversations, saying flirtatious jokes, other than to test this person's boundaries? So if you're like, yeah, maybe he was just making a joke about, a flirty joke. What? That's a tester. There's really no context here. You'd have I'd be shocked if he could release the messages and I'm like, wow, actually this is somehow not that bad. I couldn't even explain the scenario where it would be okay. So what are you talking about? It sounds like he was shooting out testers, teasers,
I can't speculate what it was. Nobody can.
I can. I can fucking very easily. I've been doing it the whole time.
Obviously,
and I'm not somebody who's like cancel culture desperate to like sensationalize as much as possible. Generally, I like to take out as much sensationalization as possible, and I think that's what I'm doing. But it's still not good,
People who really, really, really don't like Dr. Disrespect will take the worst possible scenario, and people who really support him will think it's just locker room talk, like I said, or something dumb.
Okay.
No.
What?
Nope. It's just worst possible scenario, and people who really support him will think it's just locker room talk.
Yeah. So the people who really don't like him will sensationalize it one way, and the people who like him a lot will sensationalize it the other way. You guys are running defense for your perspective. I got no fucking horse in the race. Okay, I'm not Vosh. So come on.
Like I said, or something dumb. At no point has he met up with anybody or did anything like that.
Did he do it?
Obviously, here's what I can say.
Okay.
He did not get locked up. So obviously it wasn't the worst side of things.
Okay.
When you look at a lot of these statements that people have given, if it were the worst type of thing, the worst type of conversations, I would assume.
What is the point of this? Why are you trying so hard to defend this guy? Just be like, hey, this happened. I hope it's not that bad. I think what he did was disgusting, but I don't think he's a predator. And leave it at that. But half of this video is just it's hard. It's trying so hard to be overly charitable to the guy who said that he flirted with a kid, with a minor. It's like, bro, come on. Like, at what point do you respect yourself enough to say, like, hey, I'm not gonna, you know what? I respect myself and my moral foundations too much to run any level of defense for this yucky behavior. You know what I mean?
That, PD would have been involved and that all sorts of stuff, like that. A lot of people say, they weren't talking about Overwatch. I feel like...
Well, Overwatch conversations are inappropriate because that game's fucking poop.
I feel like, obviously these messages never should have happened. Now, of course, the journalist industry... putting stuff out, putting it behind paywalls is pretty sad. You see the Act Man here. No new information provided, no DMs shown, no evidence revealed, no names, no identities of the sources. Article put behind a paywall. There's nothing more than a summary of what we've already heard.
I don't really care about that. We're all doing this. We all want to make money. I don't care if people try to make money on their content. I do care if they're dishonest for it.
Except you now have to pay to read it. This stuff is getting old real fast. Where Slasher had shared this article from Bloomberg. A lot of people saying he's innocent. There's no proof. Crowd going to be real quiet all of a sudden.
They should have been.
I don't know. There was no proof provided in this article.
Okay.
But what matters is Doc, he admitted it. Was it a mistake? Obviously. Right? Okay. This is his business partner. This is a statement from me personally. It doesn't.
My question is, why did it stop? Did Dr. Disrespect get overwhelmed with guilt and go, we have to stop this, and things escalated from there? Or did this guy just get caught and go, oopsie poopsie? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's something. I mean, we've all been there. We're doing stuff we shouldn't be doing. Sneaking food at night. Your wife yells at you. Sneaking taquitos from 7-Eleven, giving yourself heartburn, getting yelled at by my wife. I'd still be eating them if she didn't yell at me. But like what? Or was he like, oh man, these taquitos give me heartburn. I have to stop with these taquitos. It's an important question. Okay, very important question.
Does not reflect any of my companies. It has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you message someone you shouldn't be, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did.
Yeah. Guys, I was just sleeping with the kids in the bedroom. I like kids so much. Maybe he's got the Michael Jackson defense. Maybe he was just trying to cuddle with them. Retake his childhood back after being abused by his father.
I think, without seeing the messages, it's hard to
Maybe he did it as a joke, and he was going to say, thanks, Andre Lopez, for the advice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't...
completely say this guy's the worst on the planet.
I don't think
he never tried to meet up with anybody. He never.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know if he tried to meet up with somebody. He did not meet up with anybody. We don't know if he tried. I don't know. That could be in the messages. Maybe he was like, shit. Well, I mean, let's be clear. I'm pretty sure part of this was that, and I don't remember if he said this explicitly, but other people are saying this. This may or may not be true. He was apparently seeing what her plans were for TwitchCon. No? Was that not part of the, and that might not be true, but I mean, he might have been trying to meet up with her. I don't know. He didn't. That's good. But we don't really know, do we? I mean, like, from some of the other leaks, which have a little bit of credibility now since the story is somewhat true, he might have been trying to check in and see what she was doing for TwitchCon. Right? I don't remember what article exactly we saw that from yesterday, but I'm pretty sure he might have tried. We don't know. I'm not saying for a fact, but like for you to be like he wasn't trying to meet up with her. We don't know that he did not meet up with somebody from what he says, and I believe him. But he might have been trying to meet up with them in some capacity. We don't really know. I give the $2 from the Unknown Freaks. You have asthma because you got that asthma. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Tried to, you know, as far as we know, I have seen no claims of anything totally out of pocket that he said. Obviously,
pocket, come on, we're like 40. Stop it.
You know,
the messages still exist. No idea, man.
Messaging this type of, you know, anybody in this type of scenario is not good. It's not okay. You know, look, I have a Discord or a Gilded. I don't know how old everyone is in that, you know, in that conversation.
You flirt with everybody without verifying age there, bud? Or?
What we don't know is, did he know when he messaged them? What did he message them? And the fact of the matter is, we're never going to know. My sources tell me there are no logs. There's nothing like that that's ever going to come out. Cool. So now all we have are people who will say, well, it was obviously the worst possible thing. He must have been trying to meet up with them, this, that, and the other thing. And people like more in my camp that are like, well, yes, he should not be messaging anybody.
Well, yeah, he shouldn't be messaging anybody, but technically the Bible does not have an explicit age of consent, so it doesn't really disalign with my moral values. What are you doing, dude? Come on. Why are you trying so hard?
I'm concerned just because I cover people who get canceled for this kind of stuff. You know, I would like to know more. Unfortunately, I'm not going to know more. For me, you know, Doc has been a revolutionary individual.
It's an interesting question. Did she state she was a minor? Did that come out later? Then he stopped talking? Did he make dirty jokes? Stupid. Here's the thing. If he didn't know she was underage, he would have said that. I don't think Doc is a stupid person, and I doubt his lawyers are stupid because I've never been a dumb Jew. I'm a smart Jew. I'm a Jewish guy. I can say anything. Okay, let us have our jokes, though. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're fun. But everything aside, like he, in my opinion, if he didn't know her age, he would have said, "I didn't know her age, and when I found out, I stopped talking to her." He didn't say that once, which leads me to believe he knew how old she was the whole time. Because if it was a scenario where he's like, I talked to this girl and then she told me her age, I was like, oh shit, and I stopped talking to her, and then she got angry about that, so she came forward and did it. Okay, we can work with that. I can get that. You know, I get it. I guess. Whatever. Because he didn't know. So sure, whatever. But dude, get the fuck out of here. We don't know if they're underage or not. We didn't know if she told him or not. We have a good idea. I'm pretty sure if he would have mentioned that. What was this motherfucker saying?
You know, Doc has been a revolutionary individual in the streaming world.
Cool. Okay. Guys, Bill Cosby was a revolutionary in the television industry, so it's okay that he drugged those women.
None of this really changes that.
Okay. A little bit. It does a little bit.
You know, his own admission here is all most people probably need to know. He did message somebody. That's why he got cut. But also, he never broke any laws. Obviously, right. If he did, Twitch would not have paid out his contract. He'd be locked up. Cool. More people would absolutely know about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you abandoning Doc? Is this too far? Are you?
After watching this quartering, I think I'm gonna load up Doc's stream right now and just jack off to it. What the fuck was this video?
Champions Club for life. Because I suspect this will probably be the last we hear about it. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it and subscribe or follow down below for more updates. Daily, I do 4 to 5 videos plus live stream every day at 1 Eastern.
That's just so much content. But whatever. I mean, at least he's putting an effort, unlike Booger, right?
Noon Central.
Yeah. So what I find interesting about this video, ultimately, is this doesn't make me think any less of the quartering, which lets you guys know how little I thought of him in the first place. Crazy. I'm kind of curious about his follow-up to it. Let's just check it out quick. Dr. Disrespect blasted by Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman in coordinated video. Wait, what? That sounds almost conspiracy-esque. Okay, and Moist Critical Wild Claim.
The reactions are coming in. Well, the reactions are coming in fast and furiously, and it seems like Doc's
I love how that's something that somebody from like E News. Well, the reports are coming in fast and furiously, Jennifer. But he said it with like a monotone, so that's very revolutionary to just be like a typical news source like TMZ news source, I guess. But to just be so fucking deadpan in your delivery is incredible stuff. Gotta love it.
closest, I guess, internet friends, both Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx, have issued very similar statements. Moist Critical coming out to make another statement based
apparently wild claim
on what Dr. Disrespect has said today in a tweet in regards to why he was banned from Twitch so many years ago, 7 years ago, roughly. I continue to want to see more
of these sensual messages he sent this underage person is what I want to see.
Context, more of what was sent back and forth. But maybe I'm just coping.
Yeah, for sure.
What has been said by Doc is not what others are saying he did. He is saying, I was messaging back and forth with somebody. This is bad. And I admit it was bad.
Teehee, I got caught, guys. Sorry.
But it's not what.
Sure, she's not a minor anymore, so he was just investing in those stocks and bonds. Well, she's an adult now. I was just getting in on the ground floor. I was just building a grassroots flirting with this kid. See if I can get in there. Technically, we don't really know how old she is. Well, 7 years later. I mean, I thought she was 11, so.
Say
she's not a minor, she's 20 now. That would be wild, because this happened 7 years ago. That would be fucking crazy.
This Twitch staff said
we don't know how old.
That he was trying to meet up with somebody. He did not say that that's what he did. As far as I know, there is no investigation into it. There's no actual.
You're right. There was no investigation into it. That's why they literally deliberated behind the scenes, him and Twitch. They didn't do any investigation. Maybe he means lawyer or legal
crime that happened. But it seems like we've now seen, his close friends and family, not friends and family, but his internet collaborators have now seemingly coordinated on a statement to basically leave him behind.
The language is so weird. His fucking friends, they coordinated her. It sounds like you're saying that these people are trying to like fucking ruin Doc. From what I saw from Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx, they were very reasonable messages. They really didn't even go in on him very hard. Considering what this guy did, he is getting a fucking the white glove treatment. Honestly. I mean, people are not going in that hard on him. It's probably because people really like him a lot, but people are still farting on his balls, which they should. Why did I say it? Whatever. Also, we don't know if she maybe was an anime character that was 9,000 years old, just looked like a kid. We don't know
that. Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx coming out, Moist Critical,
coordinated assault
coming out, and maybe I'm just holding on to hope that it was just, this kind of. I think I probably am. I guess to be totally fair, I'm just holding on to hope that it really wasn't as bad as everyone's saying.
Okay, at least he's a little bit self-aware.
But without the chat logs, we're never going to know. And now these comments, are going to be tough on Doc. I imagine these people probably had to disavow. They probably didn't have a choice. You see Charlie Moist Critical saying
they didn't have a choice. Again, this language is so bizarre. He's 41. This language is so weird. They didn't have a choice. Because what that communicates to me is that you're saying that these people had to come out against Doc or else it would be bad for their careers, which might be true. But also, maybe these people, maybe Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman, are just, they think that Doc's behavior is pathetic. And they feel stupid for being friends with somebody who could do some fucking pathetic shit, which is a very normal thing. So, again, there's so many of these subtle implications of, disingenuity or ingenuity. Was that the word? From people that are around him. They feel pressured to say this. They feel like they have to. It's like, dude, stop. Coordinated attack. It's like, come on, dude. What are you doing? What is your role? Why is this so important to you to express this the way that you're expressing it?
This is actually shocking. Confirming that there were messages that were sent, but saying there wasn't any real intent is almost verbatim of what people used to say to Chris Hansen.
It's kind of true. I guess the only hyperbole. Well, we don't know how old the person is, the minor was, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like that people are p-jacketing him. Trying to say that he is some sort of, monster based on this. Because
I don't agree with it, but I don't not like it. I don't care. Like, I'm not real. I don't really. I don't. Why? Who cares? Why are you so? Who gives a fuck?
Because there's just really no evidence.
Okay.
But
except he said he flirted with a minor of an undisclosed age. Thank you so much for the $20 from Danny Animated. I guess the doctor turned out to be a pediatrician. Oh my god. Oh, that was funny. I haven't seen that one yet. That was good. I thought I saw them all already. That's funny. That's fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit.
It's getting really hard. I think when you have even Nick Merckx, who of course has been a longtime friend, putting out this statement here.
Yo, checking in.
Yeah.
I'm seeing everything on
just the top half of his head, though.
Twitter.
Oops, let me go here like this.
Yo, checking in.
Still not
seeing
centered.
everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet,
all right,
he basically
just checking in on that. You know what I was trying to do is I was just trying to make this young person feel good about themselves by complimenting them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, basically did.
Oh, come on, dude! I just increased the speed.
They confirm it.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and
you just fucking restarted.
I read through Doc's
stupid motherfucker.
Tweet, and in that very tweet.
Yeah. We saw this already.
Yeah.
And it went weird sometimes, and look.
Just went a little weird sometimes.
Just to be blunt and straightforward, man. That's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right?
You can tell by the way that Nick Merckx is talking about Doc that he hasn't given up hope on Doc, which I don't care. I think it's fine. Because still some weird stuff. He was flirting with a fucking minor, dude. Come on.
There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, I'm talking to Twitter.
I think that.
Okay, thank you so much, Gus Gundam. I still don't know how to say your fucking name for the $5. Gut, were you the supposed minor? Since you're freshly 18, yeah, brother. True that.
You don't have to support it. I mean, you could hold on for more context, but I think right now things are spiraling so far. That
what do you need to be disgusted by the Doc's behavior?
It's just very, very difficult. For a lot of people, even my video talking about, hey, he has kind of made certain claims, or he's admitted that certain things are true.
I mean, I wonder if he just feels stupid for supporting Doc from the start. I think it's more that he just doesn't want to believe it.
Has almost 100 dislikes.
I mean, like TheQuartering is very clearly if you look at his content, this guy is completely Twitter brained. So this guy is complete Twitter brain rot. So he's probably just so used to false accusations and shit that he's desperate to run defense, and that's being charitable to Doc, to TheQuartering. But dude, come on, be a fucking man. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna just do that. Just be a fucking man, dude. Just be a fucking man. I don't know what else to say. Grow the fuck up.
In the first
be a fucking good representation. You know what I mean?
Minutes. I'm with you. I don't want
the fact that you're running defense so hard. That's what these are. You could have covered it and been like, "Yo, it sounds like what he did was gross." And I said this 4 times. I don't think that he's the worst person in the world, but it's pretty pathetic, and that's it. And then just kind of move on from there. But you're trying your hardest
to be true. We still don't know if anything was totally wild. Totally out of.
I'm sorry. I don't like this Doc guy. He's a bad guy. He's talking to kids, and TheQuartering's like, "Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I fucking hate Doc now."
Pocket. You see Tim the Tapman responding here.
Wow, this is...
Wow, is this a chest tattoo, dude?
Absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm seeing.
That's crazy.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years.
It's crazy.
And seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking.
Would I rather spend time with Boogie or TheQuartering? I'm probably TheQuartering. I have more in common with him. I piss in my basement too. So,
Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was.
Now, I will say this: I did not see the part where he ever admitted to knowing, knowing to the age of this individual.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not good.
Yeah, we didn't see that because he omitted it, most likely intentionally. If he didn't know the person's age, he would have made a point to tell us he didn't know the person's age. Maybe TheQuartering is just fucking stupid, but that's very clear. He would have said, "I didn't know her age." I didn't know what her age was. That's all. That's it.
You basically have, I mean, you have Moist Critical, who has a massive reach, 100,000 likes in about an hour on this tweet. People just, I mean, I haven't checked. Social Blade. I don't think it'd be too. It's probably too early to see any kind of reaction here. That's probably going to be more about. You're kind of going to know more about how his fans and viewers view it. Yeah. Right now, it's. Went down 10,000 so far, so he's lost some subscribers, almost certainly. Cool. But you have obviously, it's just tough. It's tough.
It's so hard to defend this guy.
You want to believe,
so stop.
In the best, and as of right now, there still is like no.
Guys, my name is TheQuartering. I wanted to believe the best that I possibly can. When it comes to people like Dr. Disrespect, who admittedly flirted with underage people. But every time I see a gay person, they've definitely groomed every kid in their life. This has been a life lesson from Dr. Disrespect, the good guy who sees the best in people. I'm assuming he sees his homosexual self in every gay person, which is why he hates gay people so much. The fuck are you talking about, dude? This isn't like a fucking... This is crazy. This is crazy. What the fuck is happening, bro? What are you doing? This is fucking stupid. You're so inconsistent, bro.
Well, we haven't seen the messages. What could I see in those messages that would make this okay? I don't.
Maybe if I could see his dick in the message, I would make it real okay. I get so horny from that.
No. Some bad jokes, some cringe jokes. Maybe. I mean, he would have been 35 at this time. That's a big gap.
No fucking shit.
Did he think he was being funny? Did he think? I don't know. I don't think that this is great. Obviously, you see most people in support of their comments. No way I can defend that guy. He has no excuses. Tim vouched for Doc when Doc got booted from Twitch. Tim is compliant. No, he's not. This guy's a clown.
He's the clown for sure, not you. Thank you for the $2, Ellie. I appreciate that. And it was your first super strat on a live stream. Incredible.
I highly doubt Tim knew about it. I highly doubt anybody, even in his closest circle, knew what happened. I feel like a lot of people...
That's probably true.
Well, you can see you and Nick coordinating, dropping Twitter videos is so shameless. All of Doc's friends coming out like this is actually peak comedy.
What is... That's what made you make this video? I thought, these are so coordinated. You guys must be behind the scenes. Or they saw the news and they're like, I feel like I have to save something because I've been this person's supporter and now I can't support them. And I need people to know that I think this is gross. You guys... I want to think the best in Doc, but the worst in all the people criticizing him for his bad behavior. Doc... maybe he was flirting with that kid, but it was like kind of funny. But when it comes to Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx, I can't believe that they would jump on the opportunity to go after this guy. What is your brain is poop. You have a poopy brain. You have poop brain. What's wrong with you? Such a weird fucking guy. Because obviously he supports what this guy's saying because this motherfucker is talking about coordinated attacks in the description. Or the title, excuse me.
Say he's a creep and move on. Doc's career is over. He crossed a line that shall never be crossed. If the text happened in 2017, why ban him 3 years later? Yeah. Maybe
that's what they found out.
I wish that we had more details.
When did you start talking to this person?
I wish that we had more information, but it's also like, you see this, no wrongdoing, no case, no legal ramifications, paid up by Twitch, no proof shown, no idea what Doc knew regarding, the age.
I like that we can't see what you're reading right now. Fuck.
Age before it. These things need to
How long has this guy been a content creator?
Be addressed. Stat. One thing that nobody...
Thank you for the $2 from Jonathan Valley. This guy is like a character from The Boys. Oh my god. I have to watch the new season. I like that show.
Confirmed is that whether or not he knew how old they were. If he knew and
he probably knew TheQuartering because he would have said he did it in his message.
Messaged it, then I think that would probably be the line for me.
That's
like if
the
he
line
knew, right?
So the line is something that any educated person that has a kindergarten education would be able to assume. You're right. That's crazy, bro.
He knew that he shouldn't be sending those messages, and he continued to do it. I think that's probably the line for me.
We're talking about a fucking millionaire adult streamer that consulted his legal team on what he could say in his message, most likely, and you think that the omission of that information is a coincidence. That's incredible. Thank you for the $2 from Ellie again. I aspire to be a legendary gooner just like you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $5 from Bubba Yaga. Sup, Pop Pop. Heard you're hiding some serious schmeat, 5 inches, folded in half, type beat. Incredible. Hold it in half sideways. Okay, it's fucking bizarre ass fucking. Thank you so much.
Which is a bummer because, I mean, obviously, no, it's not a bummer. It's
a
just,
bummer.
that's it. That's the line for me.
That's the line for me. It's a bummer.
If he knew and he still sent those messages, I don't know what else. There's really no redeeming. There's very little to redeem this.
This guy's fucking. I actually think he might just be this dumb, but okay, cool stuff, man.
You know, I don't know. In my own comment section on this video, you know, I think I don't know.
I know.
I feel like the line probably has.
Hopefully, when Dr. Disrespect comes back from his cancellation, he'll play Elden Ring with me on a multiplayer mod. Is that a thing? I don't really know how Elden Ring works.
Been crossed. You know, the line probably has been crossed here. You know, I don't really know.
You don't know.
You just can't be messaging people that old. Can't do it. Can't support it.
Wow, what a brave guy.
If he knew, the only saving grace at this point would be whether or not he knew. If he didn't know, then that would be more understandable. But if he did know, and he did not say in his response that he didn't know. So in his response, he did not say he didn't know, which I think would have been a saving grace. The fact that he probably did know and continue to message them, or you know,
he's getting there. He's getting closer to the answer. He's trying so hard. It sounds like his videos are really just him thinking. Like he just thinks 5 times a day in 15-minute bursts of his videos. He just posts them or something. What the fuck?
Or sent them messages that were not okay. I think you got to kind of, you know, he didn't say he didn't know.
I got to save all my thinking time for my videos when I'm talking about my video. By the way, you know, I get it.
That would have probably been the only thing that would save him. You know, whether or not he wanted to act on them, I don't think is relevant. I think you message them, you knowingly message them.
It is relevant if you really want to be. I mean, it's still bad. It's relevant, but it's still bad even if he didn't want to act on it. You know, but I mean, I don't know why he'd be messaging them unless he didn't want to act on it. Hey, I'm just flirting for fun. Hey, flirt with a gay guy. If you don't want anything to come out of it, I do. I flirt with gay men. I'm gonna flirt with gay guys this weekend. My wife's friend is gay. I'm gonna flirt with him. It's fun because I'm not gay and I don't want to fuck gay guys, unless I was drunk. Too drunk. There's a certain line. Just kidding. But so like that's fun. You get to, because I like to flirt, so I get to flirt with somebody that I would never do it. So it's fun. But you know, I would not done it with kids. You know, I will say I'm starting to get more popular again on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. So I think I might have to flirt with a kid because apparently that's all you do is you get popular and then you try to you just act like a goddamn degenerate. Everybody's doing it. Maybe I guess I. I'll have to be next. I'm kidding. It's fucking terrible.
Them. Yeah.
I'm such a good guy. I didn't even flirt with kids when I was a kid because I was a fucking loser. Thank you for the $2 from GD. Cam the Gerard Davis has tragically passed away. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that, brother. Thank you for the small gut from Shannon Cuff. I appreciate that.
I keep trying to hold on to hope that there'd be some explanation here that would make it just like a misunderstanding or something. I don't think that that's the case.
True.
I think that we're basically.
I like femboys, but you know he's a hairy gay guy. I can't. You got to be really feminine as a guy for me to want to like actually sleep. You know, you got to be like a girl. Because I always say this, like femboys are more women than a lot of women because they try so hard. A lot of women don't try to be women. They got hair going on. They're farting, pooping. You know, wearing blue jeans. What the hell? Which is hot. But femboys, they're trying so hard. They're wearing perfume and eating soy products to make their body feminine and all that stuff. So if you think about it, femboys are more girls than boys. Thank you for the $5 from Ryan. Remember when TheQuartering said that he was too fat to live when Elon was going to quit Twitter? What? I don't remember that.
Seeing, you know, he's admitting to it being true. And that's not great.
Wow. Really?
Not great.
What?
So
news to me.
I guess if anything else comes out to change the situation, I will cover it on this channel. Try to be fair and try to be unbiased, or at least acknowledge my own biases here.
Yeah.
Tough for everyone involved, obviously, but yeah, you can't be messaging people. Can't be doing it. Just can't be doing it. Would I like to see more evidence? Yes, I would. Will I get it? Probably not. Okay. If Doc has it, I hope he releases it. I guess that's for now. That's all I can kind of say about this.
Okay. Cool stuff, man. Definitely interesting. Can't wait for his next video about how a drag person wants to molest every kid in the world because they exist around a kid potentially. But Doc, who flirts with kids, or at least one minor, well, he's probably still a good guy. Incredible stuff.